What's good, y'all? It's your boy Mr. Farm. Come back at it with another video. No, I haven't did one in a minute, but we back on it. We're gonna be doing something different. We're gonna be checking out some TikToks. This is gonna be from like one specific channel, I would say, TikToker. So we're gonna see some stuff about, I guess, the ocean and just some crazy stuff that it might not be crazy, it might be cool, it might be just different. So we're gonna just get into it and let's see how it goes. This is gonna be the world revealing itself. I don't know what this is about.
Some people are starting to believe that a new side of our world is being revealed to us. You might remember how earlier this year there was multiple sinkholes opening all over the world. And one of these
I didn't know
sinkholes,
about
specifically the one in China, opened up and revealed an ancient forest with trees over 100 feet tall. And in August, there was reports that the ice in Antarctica was melting at a very alarming rate. And there's been people claiming to have found metallic objects sticking out of the snow using satellite
weird.
imagery and believe that they'll continue to do so as the ice melts. On more recent news, there has been severe droughts all over the world that has also been revealing strange things like ancient cities. Ancient monuments, writings, and bridges have also been found because of these droughts, and many people believe that there will be many more things to come in the future.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So with that, like all the stuff that's revealing itself right now, that's coming out to light. I feel like there's gonna be a lot more stuff coming out to light about the world and everything that's going through. This is crazy. The guy's channel name is Don't Ghost Me. So make sure y'all go follow him. Go do what you gotta do. Go like his channel. Go like his videos, everything. And I'm gonna look at some more videos of his. Let me see. Let me see. This is another one. Frequency.
In my last few videos, I talked about how strange marine life in our oceans have been acting recently. If you didn't watch them, whales and dolphins have been huddling up in mass before beaching and unaliving themselves, spawning a few theories as to why this is
I
happening.
wonder why that's
I
happening.
already talked about the first theory pertaining to Leviathan, which suggests that this creature entered our ocean's ecosystems through Antarctica, ultimately scaring the wildlife and causing them to beach themselves. But there's another theory blowing up which suggests that a frequency device is being used and tested in Antarctica or in the waters, which is heating up the ocean and damaging the wildlife. What's interesting about this theory is that there's actually a whistleblower who claimed to have worked directly with some of this frequency technology. Listen to what he had to say.
That there are technologies at the South Pole Station that people can't even consider that exist on this planet. Like what? Directed energy weapon systems is something that people need to get in their vocabulary fast. The ice cube neutrino detector is not simply a passive listening device as presented for the science that they're claiming it to do. It also has the capacity to transmit.
There are also groups of people who believe that a technique called seismic blasting has something to do with the strange activity. Basically, this is when fossil fuel companies release a low frequency throughout the ocean in search for oil. Sometimes they can release a frequency every 10 seconds for an entire day, and in the process, marine life, especially whales and dolphins who use sound to communicate, can be greatly disturbed by it. Believe it like it, let me know what you think about all this.
I want to see what he talks about with that Leviathan. Let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna get into that if I could find it. Oh, I got it. So this is gonna be the next video. That last video was about the frequencies. That's so crazy. Like if you think about it, there's so much craziness going on in the world, and like I'm pretty sure that they do be testing the weapons and stuff like that in areas where humans, well, us, the civilizations, is not around. But I feel like they do be testing stuff, you know, when everybody else is around, and it's just crazy to be honest. You think about things and you just wonder, like, what are they putting into our atmosphere? What are they putting into our water? You know, in the oceans. And then you think about all the animals and stuff. It's sad for what the animals have to go through. But also too it's just crazy. Let's go check the Leviathan. If I said that right, I'm sorry.
I made a video not too long ago talking about how animals in the ocean have been acting strange by huddling up or beaching themselves, and a lot of you wanted me to go over the
Yeah.
Leviathan. Now, I've talked about this before, but in this video I'll go into more details about prophecies surrounding this creature and why some people believe that it plays a role in the strange behavior of our
Never
marine
heard of that
life.
before.
Now, the theories about Leviathan initially began back in 2020 when we were told that the ice in Antarctica was melting and revealing 300-mile-long ancient rivers underneath it. Around the
Okay.
same time, there were a lot of strange events happening in our waters, like multiple ocean fires and the US military testing 40-ton bombs in the middle of the ocean as
See,
well.
that's crazy.
Fast forwarding to this year,
What
there
the
was a huge
hell?
anomaly caught on radar coming from Antarctica
Who's
that
that?
while we were initially told that this was just a glitch, the anomaly ended up coming back and even changing shapes, which led multiple people to believe that this wasn't a glitch at all. This strange series of events led to multiple theories that a creature known as Leviathan was trapped in the ancient rivers of Antarctica but separated from our oceans by
think
the
it's
Arctic ice.
that,
But
but
once that ice melted, it was
that
freed
looks
into
so
our waters,
crazy.
prompting military preparation and disturbing our ocean's wildlife in the process. For those of you who may not know, Leviathan is a sea creature spoken about in the Bible and given very specific characteristics. The creature is said to have almost impenetrable scales, produce so much heat that the water around it boils, and is 300 miles long, which just so happens to be the same length
Yeah,
as
read
the
that.
ancient river that was discovered under Antarctica. And although it isn't mentioned by name, some people believe that it is one of the beasts that rises up in the book of Revelation before being slain by God in end-time prophecies.
That's crazy. So, okay, so with that, wait, I'm reading one of the comments. But that's crazy. Like, if you think about everything that's happening, like with the frequencies, with the equipment and everything like that, what if they was using that to wake something up or to make something come back to life or unfreeze it from Antarctica? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. What's coming from Antarctica?
Not too
right
long
now?
ago, I made a video about Antarctica and some of the strange anomalies surrounding it in the last couple of years. I talked about how this started in around 2020 when we were initially told that the ice in Antarctica was melting. Around the same time, there was a lot of strange things going on in our oceans and with the ecosystems, like bombs being tested and whales washing up on shores. Fast forwarding to this year, some people believe that they caught something very large on radar that's moving under the water and coming from
That
Antarctica.
looks so creepy.
According to
though.
some
It
sources,
does.
this was just a glitch and there was nothing actually there. But what if that wasn't the case? See, an interesting theory that emerged from all this states that prehistoric creatures were trapped by Antarctica's ice and separated from our world's ecosystem. And now that that ice
Jurassic
is melting,
Park,
some of
that's
those
crazy.
creatures may have leaked into our oceans and disturbed our wildlife. But now, people are starting to be more specific about what these creatures, or creature, may be. It was reported that the hidden river discovered under Antarctica was 300 miles long, which just so happens to be the exact same length as a biblical creature named Leviathan. For those of you who may not know, Leviathan is a sea creature spoken about in the Bible and given a very detailed description. The creature is said to be 300 miles long, have almost impenetrable scales, and be connected to or is the embodiment of the spirit of envy. It's also worth mentioning that if you look at the radar footage again, assuming it's not just a glitch, whatever this is producing a lot of heat.
That's
And in
so
one of the
crazy.
descriptions for Leviathan, it clearly says that it makes the water boil like a pot, alluding to some sort of heat that may be emitting from this creature. Now, obviously, it could have just been a glitch at the end of the day, and all of that could just be a coincidence. But leave a like and let me know what you think about all this in the comments.
So that was what's coming to, or what's coming from Antarctica. That's crazy, though. That's crazy. Let me check this one out. The endless oceans we're about to do. And yeah.
Scientists have discovered an ocean 700 kilometers below the Earth's surface and 3 times bigger than all the oceans on
Another
Earth combined.
ocean?
This
That's-
hidden ocean is deep within the Earth's mantle and has made scientists rethink where we get our surface water altogether. A massive underwater hole has also been discovered off of the coast of Mexico, and as of right now, experts know that it is at least 1,300 feet deep, but they have not yet hit the bottom. Scientists have even referred to this hole as a portal, leading many to come up with strange theories or believe that this hole leads somewhere further than people may think. Now, this reminds me of the Bible verse in Genesis where it talks about God setting the firmament to separate the waters above from the waters below. below. If you were able to
True.
get to the bottom of the ocean, there will probably be a barrier, and beyond this barrier would be even more water. Others have been bringing up the inner or Middle Earth theory again, believing that some of these ocean holes may lead to different parts of our world deep within that we don't even know exists. Now, obviously, that's just a theory, but I have to admit that there's been some really strange anomalies going on with our oceans in the last couple of years. Just to give a couple examples, huge red lights were photographed in the Pacific Ocean last year, and the ocean anomaly coming from Antarctica that we were initially
That
told
is
was a
so
glitch is
big.
now back and even changing shapes.
I'll be honest, I don't know what I'd do. I don't know. If it's like that, it's just like at that point in time, I accept my fate. I'm in its territory, so, you know, do what you must. But, this is crazy. Let me see what else. This was Endless Oceans. Going back to this, let me see. We're gonna watch Road Soldier.
So I ran across something very interesting that I want y'all to check out and let me know what y'all think about it. According to some sources, the Pentagon was investigating nearly 200 soldiers that they were suspecting of advocating or supporting an overthrow of the US government. There are reportedly about 183 instances of what they're calling extremism, which includes 78 cases of troops advocating for or supporting the overthrow of the US government or seeking to alter the form of our current government by unconstitutional or unlawful means, which sounds to me like brute force. Now, I'm not sure if something like this has ever happened before, especially involving such a large number of soldiers, but it's very interesting to think about how something like that would even look, given that they wouldn't be after we the people, but after the US government. Let me know what you think about all this. What do you feel about these soldiers, and what do you think should happen to these soldiers, if anything?
I think somebody in the comments that was like, "We the people should rise and fight with dumb shoulders." That's crazy. That was Rogue Soldiers. Let me see which one was. That's crazy. Like, you think about all of this stuff that's going on, and the Earth is shifting. I'm gonna check the way. I'm gonna check this one out. It's called
Some people are starting to believe that the US may be plagued. Most of you remember when New York was covered in smoke about a month ago due to wildfires in Canada. Many people believing that the smoke was meant to cover up signs in our sun and moon, or that the smoke was a sign itself. Then towards the beginning of June, thousands of fish washed up deceased on beaches in Texas. And while the official reasoning for the dead fish is due to the rise in temperature of the water, many people have pointed out that this is unusual for this time of year. Then going over to Vegas, not only did a family have a strange encounter with an apparent alien-like species, there's been millions of crickets plaguing their streets. So many, in fact, that cars have been slipping on them, and some families have had to clear pathways just to walk to their driveways or cars. These strange series of events have led some to believe that the US may be going through a plague, or that these may be signs of the end times. Leave a like and let me know what you think.
I definitely think it's a sign of the end times. I don't know. It's too much craziness going on. Secret pyramids.
Listen to what Cat Williams said in regards to the pyramids of Egypt.
It's clearly a power plant and built specifically for that location on this planet. For
what do you think it was powered by?
The hot water springs.
Now, I've talked about the theory that the original purpose of pyramids was to conduct electricity throughout ancient Egyptian cities, thus making ancient Egypt, or possibly even a prior civilization, more advanced, or just advanced as we are today. Lots of you stated that this theory was complete nonsense, but I want to provide a little more context behind it. In 2018, a study conducted revealed that the Great Pyramids could focus electromagnetic energy within its eternal chamber and under the base. It is also well known that over 1,000 years ago, the Nile River flowed freely past the Great Pyramids of Egypt. So I don't think it's far-fetched that the pyramids may have used that water to harness energy and then spread it through the city.
Okay, that's not bad. That was the secret to the pyramids. Mystical creatures on video. I want to see this.
People are once again claiming to witness and even posting recordings of what they believe are duendes.
That shit ugly.
For those of you who may not know, duendes are small, gnome-like creatures that are said to live in the walls of homes and out in the forested areas. These beings gained traction after multiple people posted security footage of bipedal-like creatures roaming around their cars and driveways. One video in
I
particular
would kick
blew
that
up because of how authentic it appeared and how clearly you can see the two legs on this creature. Now, most videos that you'd see of duendes, gnomes, or any mystical
That's
creature
creepy.
is most likely fake.
That's creepy.
But one clip in particular piqued my interest when a man claimed to record a duende on live. I want you to check it out and let me know what you think about all this in the comments.
Why is the camera just automatically?
This the spot. Nah, come back out. Look, why they be peeking like that? Peeking. All right, so look, let me know. I'm gonna let this stay. Just let me know if y'all think I should try to be friends with them. Maybe I'll come bring them some food or something. This spot.
That looks fake. Not gonna lie. Hollow world.
Hollow or Middle Earth theory states that our world is not simply structured with the inner core, outer core, mantle, and crust like we've been taught, but instead is hollow in the center, containing oceans, landmass, and possibly even life. This theory actually expands by stating you can actually get there through holes at the North and South Pole, or by traveling deep within cave systems that are located all over our world. In my last video, I spoke about how an ocean that was bigger than all oceans on the surface combined was discovered 700 kilometers
That's
beneath
so
Earth's surface.
crazy.
But in 2023, there were also underground mountains that were discovered near Earth's core that are 5 times bigger than Mount Everest. Now, this is not by
5
any means
times
hard
bigger.
evidence that the Earth is hollow, but if it took this long for scientists to know that there is water and large land masses inside the Earth, couldn't they have missed other things? I mean,
Yeah,
even
that's
a
true.
well-known admiral named Richard Byrd got on live TV during the 50s and stated that there was another landmass beyond the South Pole that had never been explored before. I want you to listen to what he said for yourself, and then leave a like if you want me to provide evidence for Hollow Earth.
Admiral Byrd, you've been to both the North Pole and the South Pole. Is there any unexplored land left on this Earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. Strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole, on the other side of the South Pole, from Middle America. And I think it's quite astonishing.
What? That's crazy. Let's go to the strange weather events. Let's do it.
In the last couple of weeks,
Shifting.
we've had a chaotic
Strange
outbreak
weather
of weather
events.
phenomena all over the world. Starting in the US, Nebraska and Iowa were hit with tornadoes that caused massive damage. Other states like Kansas, Oklahoma, and Illinois experienced high winds and were put on tornado watch. And parts of Texas, including Arlington, got hit with a severe hailstorm, with some of the hailstones being as big as golf balls. Over in China, Guangzhou was hit with a massive tornado that injured 33
What the
people
hell?
and damaged over 141 factories. My condolences to any of the families affected by these
Yeah.
storms. Over in Greece, their entire sky turned orange due to dust clouds coming in from South Africa. Some people, however, aren't accepting this explanation, believing that there's something more going on and comparing this to a similar situation that happened in New York not too long ago. And
yeah,
finally,
that looks
Dubai was
exactly
hit with
like
about
New
a year
York.
and a half's worth of
That
rain
looks
in only a
exactly
couple
like New
hours,
York.
which led to severe flooding and the closing of airports,
Damn, that thing
schools,
is
and
flooded.
businesses. Now, what's strange to me is that on April 18th, a meteorologist posted an article where he warned people about weather wars between different countries. He was specifically
Weather
talking
wars.
about cloud seeding and weather manipulation in general, but here's the split. One group of experts and people believe that cloud seeding and weather manipulation in general could have some very adverse effects down the line if we're not careful, while the other group believes that there's no repercussions for these practices and that weather
That's
phenomena are
crazy.
bound to happen when they're in season. But leave a like and let me know what you think.
That's so crazy. Creatures in our water. We're gonna do this one.
There's a theory that there is a species of underwater sea humanoid creatures, and it's not as crazy as it sounds. Sailors, Vikings, medieval civilizations, and continents that had no communication with each other all had documented encounters of half-human, half-sea-like creatures. Even Christopher Columbus in 1493 claimed to have seen 3 mermaids near the Dominican Republic, and although it's commonly believed that he just saw manatees, who knows for sure? It's not like he took a picture. Fast forward into modern times, most UFOs are sighted or videoed over large bodies of water or the ocean. And there's even been reports of these crafts moving underwater at speeds that we are not technologically advanced enough to reach. What if there is a species of underwater sea humanoid creatures, and just like we've advanced with the times, they've also advanced and have underwater crafts, cities, and possibly even civilizations that we don't know about?
So those creatures in our waters. So this was Don't Ghost Me. That's his TikTok. Hope y'all go follow him. Go show some love.